Hey there, my name's Ryan, and a question people ask me a lot is, how do you travel so much? You're poor. And the truth is, yeah, I'm really poor. But I'm what I like to call the poor travel aristocracy because I know how to travel. How? Because of these things right here, credit cards. I know how to use the points, the perks, the miles to get where I want to go, even though I make a miserable sum. I'm a grad student. The main thing we're going to talk about today is the difference between the American Express Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Very fancy. I have both cards, but a lot of people ask me which one they should get between the two. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of the perks and the drawbacks to each. So the first one I want to talk about is the American Express Platinum. It's made of metal, you can break your teeth on it. First question people ask me is, how much is it? It is a whopping $550. Oh no, how do you afford that? Well, let me explain. Here is what comes with that $550. The first thing is a $200 travel credit. So at the beginning of the year, you pick an airline, Delta, American, that you have loyalty to. And every dollar you spend on baggage fees or food or Wi-Fi on those airlines comes back to you at the end of the year. Pretty cool, right? Can you use it on airlines? The answer is no, you can't buy airline tickets with that. Or can you? There's a life hack here. You can buy gift certificates. If you buy gift certificates, generally I say in amounts of $50 at a time, the credit will show up on your statement immediately after you buy it or within a few hours. So you technically can't buy airline tickets, but you also technically can. What else do you get? You get $200 in Uber. Yeah, I know a lot of people Uber after a long night out. I know I do. I want to get home to the pizza I've ordered. $200 over the course of a year. That's $15 a month with a bonus of $20 in December. Very generous for the holiday season. Now we're getting to my favorite part, the lounges. American Express has the most incredible lounges with the most incredible perks. The first lounge you gain access to as an American Express Platinum member is the Delta Lounge. Anytime you fly Delta, you get to go to the Delta Lounge. And they have hot food, hot breakfast, coffee, and a lot of booze. Sometimes they have a bar that will make you drinks for free, and sometimes they'll just have handles of alcohol and really nice mixers. So you can drink yourself into a very nice, comfortable state before you go on a flight. The other lounge you get access to is the Centurion Lounge. That's hands down the best lounge in the nation, in my opinion. They're in most major American cities, but not Chicago and LA weirdly, but Philadelphia, Seattle, New York, you have a Centurion Lounge. They have amazing cocktails, all free. They have really good salads, foods. I had a pulled pork sandwich one time, a pork belly sandwich with a nice Asian slaw. They really know how to do it. And the best thing is, it's before security. So when I went to the one in LaGuardia, I realized I could have just been taking the bus there every day, sitting and doing work and drinking free coffee and booze instead of sitting at home or in a coffee shop. The next lounge is the Priority Pass Lounge. You get a nice little card like this, which gives you access to the Priority Pass network. However, these are sort of, sorry guys, lower tier lounges. Generally, they give you access to places like Air France or Air Korea. If you go to an airport and there is a Priority Pass lounge in the network, you can go. Typically, it's not as fancy as the other lounges. There's not usually a bartender making you drinks. There's generally just bottles of alcohol, which, hey, I'm not complaining, or bags of chips or snacks. In Krakow, Poland, one time there was a nice hot and sour soup there. However, sometimes there are restrictions. Maybe they'll come and say, all right, you're a Priority Pass member. We won't let you in the Air France lounge until 11 p.m. because we won't let the Air France people in first. So that's something you should take notice of. But when you're traveling internationally, it's very, very helpful. No foreign transaction fees, zero. There are no foreign transaction fees unless they don't accept American Express in another country and then you have to use another card or cash. That's something you have to figure out yourself. Another great thing that the American Express does is disputes. So, you know, you have a subscription that you got a free trial for a year and then you forget to cancel it until the day of. Well, American Express will back you up. 5 times out of 5, I've disputed a transaction. I've gotten my money back, even if sometimes I'm slightly in the wrong. So they're really great. Also, they have all kinds of just random perks. If you visit the American Express page, you'll see all kinds of giveaways. For example, $10 off of every purchase of $30 or more on Crayola. Did I know I wanted that? No, but if it's my nephew's birthday, I don't have a nephew, but if I did, would I buy him some Crayola stuff because of that deal? Maybe. Neiman Marcus cards, etc., etc. The real perk here, 5 times points on flights and hotels. I don't stay in hotels because I'm not paying for that. But 5 times flights. Imagine you're splurging on a flight, a $2,000 flight. If it's 5 times points, you have about 10,000 points that you get out of that transaction. And since 10,000 American Express points roughly equals about $100, you're getting about 5% off your bill. Is that right? I think so. They also have great customer service. If you want to chat with someone, they're around on chat almost 24/7. They can actually do things. I've gotten them to remove fees and do all kinds of things, and all they want to do, seemingly, is make you happy. Another great thing is you get TSA PreCheck and global entry for free through the American Express Platinum. That means, guys, it's a real game changer. I can't believe I just figured it out this year. You get to cut the line. We've all been in the security line and see people just waltz through, not take off their shoes or belt, and just go through security while we've waited for, what, 30 minutes? This will prevent that. Also, global entry, you get back into the US from traveling internationally through customs without actually having to talk to a person, which is always a plus. So let's do the math here. $550 a year, a lot of money, but minus $200 for the travel vouchers for your airline of choice, we're at $350, minus $200 for Uber, we're at $150, minus the $100 for the TSA PreCheck and global entry, now we're at $50. And then how much money do you actually consume at all the lounges of alcohol and food? If it's me, about $50 a visit. So if I go once, that's already paying for it. Not to mention, if we spend $3,000 in combined flights and hotels over the course of a year, that will, in points, come back to you and pay for itself. Cool. So that's the American Express Platinum card. My best friend. Now let's talk about the sexy, sexy Chase Sapphire Reserve card. Ooh, I'm sure you've heard everybody talk about this. This is the card to see and be seen with. How helpful is it actually? Let's discuss. So it comes with a price tag of $450 a year, but it comes with a $300 travel credit. So if you spend money on, I don't know, trains, planes, buses, MTA Metro, you will get that money back at the end of the year. If you spend $300 cumulatively, that will come back to you. So really, you're only spending about $150 a year. Another perk is you get the Priority Pass network card. Remember this thing? Like I said, lower tier lounges, not always great, but if you just need a bag of chips and some alcohol, it does the trick. They also give you access to TSA PreCheck and global entry, just like the American Express Platinum. However, with disputes, I have generally not had as much luck with disputes. One time I was on a train in Italy, and I went on the wrong train at the wrong time by about an hour difference, and they made me buy a whole new ticket, which I thought was not okay. I disputed it, and they sided with Trenitalia. So, you know, not a great lawyer, but a very nice card. Also, the Chase Sapphire system of buying travel and using points goes a much, much farther distance than the American Express points do. I would say with American Express points, maybe 10,000 points would equal about $100. I would say 10,000 points on Chase travel probably equals maybe $120. There's just a little bit more of an edge there. And it's a really, really great place to use points for travel, and they give you a really nice deal. So it's a really easy to use card. There isn't all the other sort of hoops to jump through that American Express has, but the lounges are not as good. But it's a little more flexible with travel. You get a $300 travel perk back. However, the points are maybe a little bit more flexible. So you get 3 times points for all travel-related expenses. That's a hot air balloon ride, that's taking a plane, that's taking a bus. Or restaurants, which also sometimes covers bars. So if you do a lot of eating out, a lot of drinking, this is a great card. Also, Visa is a much more widely accepted card. You're gonna have a lot fewer issues dealing with it across the sea, which is where I am. Also, no foreign transaction fees. You're not gonna have to pay every time you swipe your card. So just to review, in the lounge department, American Express definitely wins. For the ease of use department, I would say the Chase Sapphire tends to take the cake because there's less thinking and hoops to jump through, and also the actual travel page and using and applying points tends to be a little better. As far as random perks, American Express just has weird things that they'll offer you. Free breakfasts at hotels, 10% off of, shoes at Birkenstocks. You never know what they're gonna come up with. When it comes to having a credit card that's on your side in dispute, American Express all the way. Definitely the way to go. It's like having a lawyer. That's a very nice free lawyer. TSA PreCheck evens out. You get the same thing with both. It depends on what you want for your points. If you want to make a lot more and you fly a lot, I would say American Express is the best value for your points. You stay in a lot of hotels, American Express, best value for your points. And if you're taking a lot of random forms of public transportation, if you're taking a lot of buses, a lot of Flix buses, a lot of mega buses, you're gonna get your points worth from the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So, why am I making this video? I want you to be happy, I want you to be healthy, I want you to drink a lot at the airport so I don't have to hear you talking on the phone. Most of the time they have sign-up bonuses. Sometimes it changes, but I got about 50,000 points when I signed up for the Chase Sapphire, so it's a very, very nice card. And if you're interested, I can send you a nice little referral bonus code, maybe give you a little extra something something. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to ask me questions, share it. Not that I'm the expert or anything, but basically this is how I've been sliding through life on very little money and living like the travel aristocracy of the peasants that I am. All right, I'm Ryan. Thank you very much to Chase Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum card and sort of the Priority Pass, but they're fine, for letting me talk about these cards and how great they are. You guys have really made my life easy, and you make spending money fun.